began a new book detailing former President Obama's thoughts on former President Biden's re-election bid. And the picture, well, you can imagine it is far from rosy. An excerpt from the book reading, he stopped to visit with Biden's senior staff, many of whom used to work for him, and shared his account of what he and Biden had discussed. Obama was more blunt with the staff. Your campaign is a mess. And let's bring in Hugh Hewitt, Fox News contributor and host of the Hugh Hewitt Show. This new book has a few new bits into it. It helps us complete the picture that President Obama was incredulous that Biden was running for a second term. Hugh.
I am not surprised. Good morning, Dana. I'm not surprised that President Obama thought the campaign was a mess because he ran a flawless campaign in 2008. So everything he's going to compare it to is going to be a mess. He's forgetting, of course, in 2012, he had a disastrous debate with Mitt Romney in his first debate, and he didn't drop out. You know better than anyone, Dana. Every campaign bursts a bunch of books. It started in 1960 with Theodore White's The Making of the President in 1960. He did it again in 64 and 68. Boys on the Bus came out in 72. This is the third book thus far of this cycle. The first was Fight by John Allen and Amy Parnes. Then came Jake Tapper and Alex Thomas with the book Original Sin. Now comes 2024. We'll get a couple more jigsaw pieces, just a couple more bits of information. But you know, any book written about 2004 or 2000 that you read is at best incomplete and often erroneous, right? I mean, no one can see the whole picture except the candidate and the most inner of the inner circle.
I thought this was also interesting. Josh Dawsey, he's one of the authors, he said this on ABC about Hunter's involvement.
Biden had a major figure in the president's orbit. He was often on these calls. He would pipe in to calls. He was helping him make campaign decisions. And the president was very concerned about his son. It was one of the things that was an albatross on him as he tried to run for re-election.
Look at this excerpt, Hugh. Hunter watched the debate from his home in Los Angeles, and his reaction was, what the F? He had never seen his father so out of it and worried about his well-being. A few days later, when Hunter arrived at Camp David for a visit, he told his father, I love you and get some sleep. I think the Hunter-Biden inclusion, of course, not only on his father's mind, but being around all the time was probably something that the staff had to deal with, too, and they wouldn't be likely to talk about that.
Now, you know that you cannot keep family away from the principal, no matter what situation you're in. Josh Dawsey is a fine reporter. He's the equal of any reporter out there, and I'm looking forward to reading 2024. But this is not anything new to us. We all saw that President Biden was infirm. What we didn't know is that his staff was so incompetent that they would turn him loose in the late June debate after wearing him down at Camp David. Hunter popping up, not only at that meeting, but on phone calls that the rest of the staff didn't know he wasn't on, had to be a distraction for an aging man concerned about his son who was going through sentencing and trial at the same time. There will be details here, but it is clear a lot of people want to make Hunter the fall guy. The fall guy is President Biden, who originally sold himself as a bridge and then refused to go when he became infirm. So everybody else who's taken the fall or taken a hit, like Hunter and Dr. Biden and Ron Klain, et cetera, it all comes down to Joe. He decided to go.
You know, it's so true. It always comes from the top, and that is something that we all have to remember, especially as the investigations continue and the books come out. And as you said, the jigsaw puzzles come into place. Hugh Hewitt, thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Dana. Good to see you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.